My next upload for today is with regard to documentation and unlawful actions that have been perpetrated in this vendetta of human rights abuses that are stipulated in my ECHR application. The first issue is a breach of confidentiality that occurred in 2016. The circumstances surrounding that breach of confidentiality did not signify procedures that were in the best interests of my child and I. The next issue, as I've mentioned in my previous uploads, is the unlawful care order of 2017. Emergency care order was not lawfully enacted or enforced. The issue of unlawful detention of a perfectly sane, competent mother married, and the issue of mental health practitioners that have intruded upon me and that have discussed me without my consent and have accessed information without my consent and that have intruded upon my abodes, that have applied their developments without consent and with harmful intent. The individuals that have perpetrated these offences have also damaged bodily integrity. They have damaged the body of a universal light worker, a sacred royal. These individuals have withheld wealth, information, and legal rights that are my entitlement. They have imposed and defamed my good name and my good work in society. The issue of individuals rearranging the circumstances to suit themselves based on completely false premises and under very false illusions of their competence and capabilities within another person's realm of rights, constitutionally and humanitarianly, are all relevant. So they have abused their power and position, and they have stolen hundreds and millions of euros worth of wealth from me. The issue of people trespassing into my marriage and my property and my family life and my profession is a criminal offence that they have perpetrated. The Ombudsman have been alerted to this since 2017. I have not received the relevant documentation regarding these individuals, culprits, wrongdoers, actions, unlawful actions that they have conducted single-handedly without providing the relevant information that they are acting against. So there's an individual group of collectives, social influencers and power players, as they might consider themselves, manipulating and monopolizing a circumstance without actually interacting. So the control theory and the ideology of isolation and deprivation and violations of these individuals that claim to be a progress are claiming and gaining from my good work, and they are trespassing on my property. They have intruded upon my marriage, my child, and my profession, and it's been happening for the past 15 years since they publicised very serious offences that they caused, and again, their offences that they caused since I became a married mother and property owner. They have hurt and harmed my career as an educator, and they have hurt and harmed my role as a mother, and they have hurt and harmed my child's upbringing. The authorities are aware of my circumstances, and I have not received any relevant correspondence or guidelines. I have been exploited and I have been deprived due to hate crime and envious, egotistical individuals that have claimed falsehoods about my character, competency, and good name. They have claimed offences occurring that haven't occurred. I have a clean track record. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and these people have slandered my good name, and they have intruded upon my ancestry, and they have violated treasonously and laid claim to royal ancestry and identity that they are not of. So the issue of individuals monopolising and fraudulently claiming to be of my identity and of my entitlements is a criminal offence that I am requesting the ECHR to address immediately. The issue of individuals of fraud, financial fraud, laying claim to my wealth and property and my personal and private and professional family life are all offences that not any of the agencies that have imposed upon me unlawfully have any consent or lawful position with regard to. So this issue is for the European Court of Human Rights attention. The illegalities are very severe, and the medical negligence and bodily integrity damages and the spiritual violence and treason are all offences I would appreciate being addressed. I'm aware that it is the season that it is, but this has been happening for 15 years, and the debts that I'm owed for the damages, harms and losses incurred by individuals that have caused harm to my profession and my family and personal and private life and my good name are all matters that I am entitled as a law-abiding citizen and as a humanitarian to have resolved at the earliest convenience, which should have been in 2017 before any further harm or negotiations of individuals that are guilty culprits intruded and exacerbated their offences. So the European Court of Human Rights, civil liberty agencies, the United Nations, there are every conceivable offence being perpetrated against a law-abiding citizen, a peaceful citizen, a mentally sane, stable, competent, professional adult, Maria McElligott. And the issue of culprits that have harmed my profession and my personal life with slander when trespassing and thieving is not an issue that is ever to be taken lightly when representing any humanitarian agency or cause. So the power players that be that are using hate crime, people power, bad publicity, stunts, constructs, etc., you name it, it's all happening and it's all unlawful, and I'd appreciate fair trial, justice, and debts and damages, harms and losses acknowledged due to the professional misconduct of people damaging my health, my body, my private living space, my property, my child, and my well-being. The artificial developments that these individuals have caused, that have disrupted the harmonious equilibrium of society and personal life and personal well-being, are not of a good cause. They are not taking responsibility for their developments, and they are damaging civil society and the reputation of a good, sound democracy. So I'd appreciate the Honourable Government of Ireland realising that some things can't be bought, negotiated or sold, and the sacred light damaged from my purpose, my ancestry, my identity is worse than treason. It has been horrendous. And those without a conscience or morals and without good practice in their treasonous procedures of damaging faith, religion and thought processes are unlawful in their actions. And I'd appreciate immediate acknowledgement and correspondence with regard to the offences occurring in Tralee, County Kerry due to those disrespecting the constitution of this country.